Hi there, it's Sonia and Francesca, the beautiful Francesca. Thank you for joining me in creating your best year ever in 2022. Now, this is a 5-day program finishing January 1, using these disjointed, untethered days between Christmas and New Year's, the so-called daft days called by the Scots, to spend time in contemplation of the past and planning for the future. So this video is day 3 of 5. Each day I've designed to be 10 minutes of me talking and 10 minutes of you creating. Now, my hot tip is if you've not done day 1 or day 2 yet, you'll find today's exercises a lot easier if you do at least day 1 first. So today we're going to take the emotions and situations you experienced in 2021 that you did not enjoy feeling or doing, and use them to plan an amazing 2022. Now, that might sound strange. A lot of people avoid remembering or reliving their past mistakes and past negative emotions, whereas others spend too much time rehashing, and this leaves them feeling, quite frankly, yuck. So today's going to be unique. We're going to touch on these emotions and experiences and learn from them, and then we're going to leave them behind. And we're going to do that by harnessing the power of rituals. So we're going to look at failing, stuffing up, feeling bad, sad, guilty, envious, ashamed. All these emotions mark experiences that you'd like to not repeat. So very simply, this means they're worthwhile and good. Stay with me. I know this sounds counter to unfailingly positive mantra repeating gurus. Turn your scars into stars. No, it's not that. These experiences and emotions are memorable or sticky for a reason. The stickiness is helpful because you're going to use that stickiness to explore and learn. Because if we didn't ever fail, how would we learn? You are not your failures. Rather, your failures are your teachers. There's no need to integrate the failure into yourself, but there is a valuable payoff for you and for your life if you can learn to integrate the lessons learnt from that experience. It's important to allow the painful emotion during this activity to arise and to learn from it. Think of the bits of 2021 that you didn't like as a movie that's separate from you. You don't need to live it again, merely witness and record. Now, please, only complete this step if you feel safe. If you don't feel like you can face the shadow side of 2021, it's okay to ask for help and get emotional support with this step. Would having the holding hand of a trusted friend, family member, therapist, spiritual counselor help? It's also okay to skip this step altogether if it's too traumatic, or if you have a history of major depression, panic attacks, or PTSD. Today, more than any other day, it's important to use your year in review ritual. So let's get started with our year in review ritual. Follow the same steps you've done over the past 2 days. Okay, so turn off your phone and any notifications. Tell your fellow householders you're out of action for about 15 to 30 minutes, and let them know that today is most likely going to take the longest because you're going to need some time at the end to equalize and stabilize your emotions as a responsible adult. Today, bring a timer into the room with you. Most mobile phones will do that. Put on a headset, turn on soft, gentle music, close your door. Grab a pencil and paper, light a candle, and please light a candle today. The significance of shedding light is really important. Sit on your chair, kick off your shoes, place your feet firmly on the floor. Ground yourself in the present and in the room by feeling the solidness and realness of the floor. Oh, Francesca, join me in that. Take in a big breath in through your nose and expel it out through your mouth. And say out loud, this is my year in review ritual. This is my time to reflect and to learn from 2021 and create my 2022. These moments I spend now in contemplation and learning will pay off over the whole of 2022. Now hug yourself and reassure yourself. I'm safe. I'm in charge of what happens and I'm safe. Alrighty. So let's start the activity. Now you're going to review the movie that you wrote on day 1 and find the parts that you didn't enjoy in 2021. The outcomes that left you feeling in a way you'd like to not experience again. When you find them, physically highlight, underline, tag, clip the parts of 21 that you didn't enjoy. The parts that left you feeling sad, guilty, ashamed, miserable, probably feeling heavy. If you didn't record any, and that's pretty normal, go back to your movie script and add some in where these moments happened. Now, I need to share with you before you start. You may feel physical sensations when you do this activity, as your body may join your mind. It could be waves of emotion, hot flushes, fast heartbeat, tummy sensations. Sit with these without judging, controlling them, trying to get rid of them. They'll pass. If you're uncomfortable, remember you can always stop. You're in control. When physical responses are triggered, I like to hug myself and just reiterate, I'm safe. Remind myself I'm in the here and now. I'm not in the past. And I do this by feeling the floor under my feet. If this doesn't work, stop. Put down your notepad, put one hand on your chest, one hand on your stomach. Feel the physical pressure of your hand on your chest and belly. Breathe in through your nose and feel the cool air on your nostrils. Hold your breath for as long as is comfortable and then expel the air out of your mouth slowly until your lungs feel completely empty and you get the urge to inhale again. When you breathe in, push out your belly. And when you breathe out, let your belly fall back in. Do this 3 times. This helps to remind yourself that you're here and you're not your memories. You're a witness of the past. You're not your past. Remember, anytime you want, you can stop. Alrighty, let's take at least 5 minutes for this activity. Turn on your timer to prompt you in 5 minutes has passed. Now you can keep going if you want, but I want that trigger for you. Now pause me now and I'll be waiting with the next activity and a practical example from my life that actually happened this year in October. And I'm going to use that as an illustration of what we're going to do next, so it makes a lot of sense. All right, Francesca and I'll see you soon. Welcome back. I'm really proud of you, doing really, really well. So now here's the second instruction. Just as success leaves clues, so does failures. So now what I want you to do is expose the steps that led to those negative outcomes and emotions. So what I mean is, what did you do in the days and months leading up to that event or experiencing that emotion? Look around the movie you wrote in 2021. Search for clues. Who was involved? Where were you? What were you wearing? What were you eating? How are you moving your body? How are you sleeping? You more than likely will have not written these down. Rather, what you'll be doing first is remembering the crappy parts of 2021, then thinking of one incident at a time and the circumstances that surrounded that event or emotion or heavy feeling. So like I promised, let me give you a real example that happened to me. So in October, I started to feel really, really tired. I was sleeping 10 hours a night and still waking up feeling absolutely exhausted. It was like the fatigue I had back when I first started my journey with natural health over 15 years ago. So much so I ran some tests on myself and I went to a GP I trusted and talked it over with her a couple of times. Compounding the fatigue was the fact that being healthy is my day job. So there's a whole lot of heavy emotions around that. So the situation was fatigue. The emotions were sad, depression, failure, embarrassment, and frustration of like, here we go again with the fatigue. And so when I look around that time and look at for the who, what, when, where, why, I can see that in terms of timing. Okay, so when? Easy, October. So what was significant about October? Well, they were the holidays after my first 2 trimesters in a master's nutrition. I'd just been told I'd been qualified for something I was working extremely hard for and got, and I'd been extremely proud of myself and happy, and I felt like vindicated and actually thought I'd feel energetic, but I didn't. Where I wasn't living at home because my stuff happening with renovation, blocked by lockdown, blah, blah. What was I eating? Well, I wasn't eating well. We were constantly on the move into different houses, different kitchens, different grocery stores. How was I moving my body? Well, I wasn't exercising as much, in fact, hardly at all. Because I was in different neighborhoods, some weren't super easy to go out walking with the hours that I had available. There were no classes because it was lockdown. And it was just me and my partner. but maybe that's significant. No catch-ups with friends, no hugs with my extended family. Okay, so they're all the factors that were happening around that event. So I shared that practical real life example from me that actually happened last year, just to give an illustration of how you could go about it. Okay, so note, sketch, explore via audio or video, however you want to, what you believe were the contributing factors to when you felt those negative emotions or those experiences that happened. Look, it's okay if you can't do this activity perfectly, or if it's still a bit of a mystery to you, why you even experienced what you experienced. In fact, it's perfectly normal. And we'll address this exact fact in day 4 and day 5. For the moment, just do what you can. Turn on your timer for as long as you wish to spend in this activity. Pause me now and come back to Francesca and I when you're ready to move on. Welcome back. I am super proud of you. You are awesome. Let's now talk about ending the ritual. This is really important. It is vital that you finish today with the process that leaves the negative emotions behind in the room in this moment. I want you to start by talking to yourself. Firstly, congratulate yourself for facing the shadows. Pat yourself on the back. Not many people can actually do this step, and you did. The fact that you completed today in whatever shape it happened means that you've taken a giant step forward in not repeating the same emotions that you had in the past, in the future. So say out loud with me now, well done. I am so proud of myself for doing this. I have successfully attempted, completed, started day 3. It was tough and I did it. Looking at what didn't go so well helps me work out how I'm going to make 2022 the best year yet. And I'm super looking forward to tomorrow's fun year in review ritual. Now, blow out your candles and place your notepaper somewhere safe that no one will find. If you found that this experience is sticky or painful with emotions, say out loud with me now. I'm so proud of myself for recording all that happened last year. What happened, the emotions, the outcomes, they're now recorded. I no longer need to revisit them. They're in the past. I'm safe now. The ritual is now over. Hug yourself. Feel how your physical body is present here and now. Feel the limits of it. What you experienced was a memory. It's not true. Feel your feet on the floor and your body in the room where you are now. Take one hand and place it on your belly and place one hand on your upper chest. Feel the pressure of your hands on your body. Take a deep, slow breath in through your nose, feeling the cool air on your nostril. And as you breathe in, I want you to push your belly out. Feel how the belly goes out. Feel that breath and hold it for as long as you can. And then gradually, slowly blow it out of the mouth. Even maybe think of blowing up a balloon until your lungs feel completely empty and you're compelled to stop. Start again with a slow breath in, pushing your belly out. Hold, and then release the air through the mouth. Keep doing this at least 3 times. Now, because movement changes emotion, it's time to move. If the emotions linger, do something physical that closes down and leaves the thoughts and emotions behind. Take a shower, wash away the feelings, plunge into a pool, go to the ocean and play in the surf. Feel the cleansing power of water. Turn on upbeat music and dance. Pharrell Williams' Happy would be a perfect choice. Go outdoors, sit on the grass, sit on the snow, on the sand, on the dirt. Feel nature. Take in deep breaths and imagine that every exhalation is expelling negative energy. Call or text someone who you know is loving and kind and talk over how you're feeling without judgment. Watch a funny, touching YouTube. And whilst you jump up and down and flap your arms in the air, pat the cat, play a game of tug with your dog. You can change emotion with movement. All right, I'd like to hear how today went for you if you'd like to share. And talking about sharing, if you know someone who you think may benefit from this, I would love you to share it with them. It's my mission to spread the message of health and well-being to as many women as possible. All right, that's it from me. That's it from Francesca. We're off. Tomorrow is the fun stuff. Oh my goodness, you are going to love tomorrow. It is personally my fave of all fave activities.